Marcia, you've been volunteering as a tutor for a number of years now.
Right.
What made you decide to do this kind of volunteer work?
It was something I wanted to do long before I retired. I love words. I love English. I was an English major and a writer and an editor, and I'm a Scrabble player and all the things that we word people do. I thought there would be a way to help some people and also tap into that background. So literacy seemed the natural thing.
You've done a number of different volunteer assignments with us, but I think all with English language learners. What do you find about our students' needs that you're able to meet?
Many of them that I've worked with have been well schooled in English. Not all, but they come with a scholarly understanding of it, and they can read and sometimes write. But common language, street language, conversation is where they struggle, and it sets them back, I think, more than it should. So my goal with them is to create a relaxed atmosphere where they can feel safe about making mistakes and get them going on a little bit of community conversation.
It sounds like they're having fun in the next room right now. What do you have them doing today?
Well, it's just a week after Thanksgiving, so I gathered all the ads and a few $1,000s in fake money and made up a little skeleton list of things for them to buy. We're a conversation group, so we talk, and I like it to be student-led. But today, when I go back in the room, they'll have a list of something they're buying for themselves, something for someone else, and then a donation plan. And they all took at least $400 of this play money.
Play money.
It gives them a chance to do some reading, some writing, and some judgment, and some explaining. Now that's a lot. There were only 6 of us in there. When we have a class of 12, that won't work. But this is a little dreaming and a little pretend, but everyone's having a pretty good time. And when they're relaxed, I find they do much better with the English they know.
And they're learning a practical skill. Counting money in another culture is much more difficult
Yes.
than some people might imagine if they haven't done it.
And I ask them to do it in English. I have to remind them this is an all-English space and not to make their list in Mandarin and with American money,
Right.
but to try to do it and copy the words and explain the stories. It's fun, but it's a little bit challenging depending on the skill level. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Now, Marcia, you come a long way to do this. You actually live on a farm, I understand.
Yeah.
What motivates you to keep coming back to Lincoln Literacy to work with our students?
Well, I'm not too far away. I'm about 20 miles. And I usually build my Lincoln Day around this morning commitment. But it's a connection, it's an intellectual connection with my English learning background personally that I really don't get in other parts of my life.
And have you felt a real connection with some of the students, or do they change so often that it's just a different set of faces each time?
Well, yes and no, but I was an individual tutor for a while, and that student is now a friend. We talk on the phone from time to time and occasionally have lunch. But by and large, when they leave my group, I always think they're going on to something better or good, or they got that job that they wanted. But I did make a friend of one of our Japanese students whose 3-year rotation in the United States was up, and that was a painful parting. So, but it's just nice to have friends here.
And I think you have definitely helped them. So thank you very much for your volunteer service.
Yeah, my pleasure.